Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5.
The accusations have shocked neighbors. A community reacting after learning that a couple, police say, tied a child to a chair and didn't give her enough to eat.
Today, Lexington firefighters were wearing these for a different reason during hazmat training. I'll tell you why coming up.
It's going to be a busy weekend downtown when Garth Brooks returns to Lexington. Ahead, the plans to make sure you can get to the event and find a place to park. WKYT News at 5 starts now.
Good afternoon. A couple is in jail accused of abusing a child.
State police say Linda Richmond and the child's father, Julio Valladares, broke the law when they punished the child for wetting the bed. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy is in Madison County with what the pair is accused of doing. It's our top story at 5.
We talked to neighbors and they are shocked to hear that Linda Richmond is behind bars facing child abuse charges.
It's mind-blowing. So, what else to say?
Neighbors say Linda Richmond was always kind to them and to Julio Valladares, a 6-year-old girl. They're having a hard time believing she's charged with criminal abuse. Both Richmond and Valladares are accused of confining his daughter to a chair for several hours a day and for limiting her food intake because of what police are calling problems with accidental bedwetting. Neighbors say Richmond took the child to the hospital and was concerned about her overall health. Kentucky State Police first found out about this case after Madison County's Department of Social Services contacted them. State Police arrested both Richmond and Valladares early Saturday morning.
I'm going to tell you something. All children will bed wet. That ain't no way. I mean, it's all you got to do is set your alarm clock, get up during the night, get the child up, take it to the bathroom. And I mean, if it does wet the bed, whoopee. It's an accident.
Both declined our request for an interview from jail. In Madison County, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
Both Richmond and Valladares are due in court next Monday.
It is a big day for the people who had contact with the first Ebola patient diagnosed here in the U.S. Their monitoring period is now over. As Omar Villafranca shows us, the 43 people who have been cleared are ready to get back to normal.
The confinement is over for dozens of people who had contact with Thomas Eric Duncan, the first Ebola patient diagnosed in the United States. The 21-day monitoring period has passed with none of them, including Duncan's fiancée, Louise Tro, and her family, showing signs of the disease.
Today is a jubilant day for them. They are really looking forward to getting out and resuming their lives.
Judge Clay Jenkins says Tro's family is concerned about how the community will treat them. 4 children who were cleared went back to school Monday, a day earlier than expected.
They do not have Ebola. They are people who've been through an incredible ordeal, and they are people who need our compassion, our respect, and our love.
About 120 more people continue to be monitored in Texas, including people who came in contact with the 2 nurses who contracted Ebola while caring for Duncan. Nina Pham and Amber Vinson are in stable condition in hospitals in Maryland and Atlanta. The CDC is announcing stricter procedures for healthcare workers treating Ebola patients, including full body suits and hoods. And the Pentagon announced it is forming a special military quick response team. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Dallas.
Today, the World Health Organization declared Nigeria Ebola-free. The country had 20 cases and 8 deaths, but there hasn't been any new cases in 42 days. Well, they say that they just want to be ready. Today, the Lexington Fire Department practiced how they would handle a potential Ebola patient. It is all part of their regular training for hazmat situations. WKYT's Jerica Insco shows us how it went.
Everything that we do, we practice.
That includes weekly hazmat training, and in today's world, that's a drill simulating a possible case of Ebola.
We want to be ready in case it happens. We're not anticipating it, but we don't want to be behind the 8 ball.
Lexington fire crews dressed head to toe, being the first to do so in central Kentucky.
Simulate a patient called from their home, how we're going to get them out and minimize contact with them and the public and with them and our folks, and how we're going to get them to the hospital safely.
And then they practice carefully removing the gear to avoid possible skin contact with this deadly virus.
When folks call 911, they expect us to have an appropriate response, and certainly, as we've learned in media cases across the country, this is now something to consider, something to have in your repertoire, and we want to make sure that we have our ducks in a row should that call ever come.
Every time the CDC updates its guidelines, they have to do a new drill. The battalion chief tells us that the guidelines were updated over the weekend, but Lexington fire crews were already ahead of the game.
The CDC guidelines and the Department of Public Health guidelines suggest that what we're doing is appropriate, and I would feel confident in our response.
All of this so they're prepared for any and everything that could come their way.
Better safe than sorry is an old axiom, but we try to live that way.
In Lexington, Jerica Insco, WKYT.
The Lexington Fire Department tells us they do some sort of hazmat training every Friday. Well, the work week is starting off with some rain, and then we have some chilly air moving in.
WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell has a first look at the forecast. Jim, some changes.
Yeah, some changes. We're talking about really chilly air trying to get back into the area toward midweek. It won't last long, but it will certainly be here. We look outside with temperatures right now. We're running pretty mild in some spots, low 60s, feeling pretty good. We're still not to where we should be for this time of year. Mid and upper 60s for just depending on your exact location. Out at the airport, running at 64 in Lexington, one of the Mesonet sites here in Fayette County. Another temperature source that we use for information. It's running at 61 degrees, so 3-degree difference. 61 toward Danville, Richmond as well, with the sun trying to peek through some of the cloud cover out there. Showers to our north. We expect those to fill in some as we head through the rest of the evening with that frontal boundary trying to press in. It's not going to be a big deal as far as the rain coverage is concerned, but we'll certainly run into a few more showers out there for you. So look at our daily breakdown. Here's what you can expect. We'll have showers lingering for Tuesday through Thursday. Midweek chill, and then dry conditions are coming, and they're coming soon. I'll have more on this coming up for you in just a few minutes.
With just 2 weeks to go, candidates for Kentucky's U.S. Senate seat spent the day on the campaign trail. Senator Mitch McConnell visited southeastern Kentucky today. One of his stops included Salem Tool in Laurel County. McConnell says he believes this election will change the leadership of the Senate.
There is a good chance that the American people are going to decide to begin to move America in a different direction. We have an obligation to do this. I know why you're here today. It's not for me. It's for yourselves and for your families and your concern about the future of the country and what it's looking like.
McConnell's last bus tour was in August. Democratic challenger Allison Lundergan Grimes spent today on the opposite side of the state. She kicked off her Grannies for Grimes tour in the Louisville area with stops in Jefferson, Nelson, and Hardin counties. She talked issues with senior citizens. Bill Clinton will be in western Kentucky to campaign for Grimes tomorrow. Coming up at 6, we'll have the results of a new bluegrass poll on the U.S. Senate race. Well, the Wildcats are coming off their second loss of the season.
The Cats struggled on the road at LSU, and they are facing another tough opponent this week. WKYT's Rob Bromley's here now with our Big Blue coverage. Hi, Rob.
Hello, and the Kentucky Wildcats need to come back because they have the #1 team in the country coming into Commonwealth Stadium this weekend, Mississippi State. Rough trip down to LSU. The Cats falling 41-3. Mistakes early in the game costly, but Mark Stoops believes it can all be fixed.
There's mistakes. There's mistakes that can be corrected and will be corrected. We've all made our mistakes this year, offensively, defensively, special teams. Again, they're magnified against a very talented team on the road. And when you open the game that way, it doesn't kind of set the tone. That's not what you want. So they're magnified, but they're things that can and will be fixed.
The game with Mississippi State will kick off at 3:30 Saturday, and you will see it right here on WKYT. And the game the following weekend at Missouri, November 1st. It is set to kick off at 4 o'clock. It'll be televised on the SEC network. This weekend's game with the #1 ranked team in the country, close to being a sellout at Commonwealth Stadium. It'll be homecoming at Kentucky.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. And after Saturday, the Cats only have one home game left. That is Georgia on November 8th.
In less than 2 weeks, country superstar Garth Brooks will play 4 shows at Rupp Arena. The city expects a massive crowd in downtown Lexington. WKYT's Mark Barber shows us the plan announced today that's supposed to make sure everyone can get to the concert, find a place to park, and have a good time.
This is the first time in 16 years that Garth Brooks is performing in Kentucky. His 4 big shows are expected to bring 80,000 people downtown. City leaders say that could mean major traffic and parking issues. Downtown Lexington has handled large amounts of traffic before for basketball games and other events. But Bill Owen, the president of the Lexington Center, says these concerts could present more traffic trouble than usual because there's only a 2-hour window between shows. The country music star is performing October 31st at 6:30 and 10:30 p.m. and then again on November 1st at 6:30 and 10:30. Because the 2 parking lots at the Lexington Center may not have enough space, city leaders tell us they are opening an auxiliary lot at the corner of Old Frankfort Pike and New Circle Road for the 10:30 shows. LexTram will bus people from the auxiliary lot to the plaza outside Heritage Hall. Traffic coordinators are asking those who are going to the concert to carpool to minimize congestion. Downtown workers are also asked to leave downtown by 5 p.m. While city leaders say that may make traffic more manageable, it's still important for people coming to the concert to plan ahead.
With that second show so close to it, we're asking everybody to come downtown early.
Seats for the concerts are still available. Tickets went on sale this morning. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
We have more information about tickets, parking, and events happening before and after the shows on WKYT.com. A disturbing case, how a murder arrest led police to the discovery of 6 more bodies. If you want to stay healthy this cold and flu season, one simple act can help accomplish your goal. We'll explain in Better Living.